The Halo universe has some of the most unique vehicles of any video game throughout history. From the beefy all-terrain Warthog to the swift air-cutting Banshee, the universe of Halo is filled with unique machines to explore the gorgeous planets and structures that our heroes stumble upon. With the arrival of Halo Infinite this fall, everyone's been scouring the internet for the latest Halo Infinite news, looking for campaign intel, multiplayer leaks, and in-game weapons and vehicle lists. With another month come and gone, and another 343 Inside Halo Infinite post, and the long-awaited E3 multiplayer reveal, we still don't know what all is going to be in the final version of the game. With that said, today we're going to look at all the vehicles that are confirmed for Halo Infinite and give you some of my speculation and wish lists for those that we don't know quite yet. My name's Pathfinder, and this is the vehicles of Halo Infinite. The first confirmed vehicle is the iconic Warthog. The Warthog has been in every Halo game, and it is arguably the reason that we have the Halo universe that we know and love. During the early stages of Halo CE, a 3-passenger all-terrain vehicle was created. The developers had so much fun mobbing the Halo ring world that they decided to build a game with this being the keystone vehicle. We already saw the Warthog in the 2018 announcement trailer, and then again in the 2020 live campaign demo, and then even again in the E3 multiplayer reveal when the developers were discussing the Doomsday mechanic where the Warthog and other vehicles give you a short window of time before it explodes. It's safe to say that the standard M12 FA LRV is confirmed for Halo Infinite. Who remembers when they stepped onto the mythical Halo ring for the first time, basking in awe of the original Halo ring when all of a sudden a pair of flying vehicles starts firing upon you? This is your first run-in with the Banshee, but it isn't until 3 levels later until you see it again, let alone are able to fly it if you're fast enough to snag one, that is. Now, the Banshee packs a punch, as the speed and mobility of the Ghost and the firepower that hovers between the Ghost and the Wraith, with the dual plasma cannons and the firepower of the fuel rod cannon. While the controls of the Banshee are not as intuitive as the Ghost, the ability to perform rolls and flips to dodge shots is a unique feature of this iconic Halo vehicle. The Banshee has been in every Halo game thus far, and as you can see from the footage from the E3 2021 multiplayer reveal trailer, that the Banshee in Halo Infinite looks better than ever with a banished red and black paint job. Looking forward to flying this thing come November. The Wraith is another one of those Halo staples. It's been the heavy boy of the Covenant for 20 years. While originally you couldn't hop into a Wraith, that changed over the next 2 games. For Halo 2, players can finally pilot this massive hunk of plasma hurling metal. In Halo 2, the Wraith features a set of autocannons. However, once the player enters the Wraith, the autocannons stop working, thus making the auto anti-personnel cannons only a nuisance instead of a powerful tool. Halo 3 solved this problem by adding a secondary passenger seat that is equipped with a plasma cannon. This helped by adding a way to handle small infantry. However, you need a friend to man the secondary gun. E3 was very good to us in terms of vehicle unveiling, and the Wraith did not disappoint. It looks beefier than in past games, and I can't wait to pilot this new red Wraith in-game come November. The Mongoose was the UNSC's response to the Covenant Ghost. I remember battling Ghost while playing CE, wondering if the UNSC had something similar in their garages. The Mongoose was unveiled in Halo 3, though an article from the official Xbox magazine speculated and hinted that it would be in Halo 2. The Mongoose has been in every main Halo game since Halo 3, even making an appearance in Halo Reach, which took place before Halo CE and Halo 2, thus making lore-accurate fans wonder where it was during the Battle of Installation 04 and the Great Schism. The 2021 E3 trailer showed a bunch of clips of Spartans mobbing around multiplayer maps on Mongooses, which look better than ever. I'm excited to see if the Gun Goose and other variants from Halo 5 will return in Infinite along with the standard Mongoose. The next vehicle is another one that has been in every Halo game and is just as synonymous with the Halo as the Warthog, and that is the Type 32 Rapid Assault Vehicle, better known as the Ghost. The Ghost hasn't changed much over the years, with the only main real difference of adding a thruster booster from Halo CE to Halo 2, but man, the Ghost looks sexier than ever with the banished red paint job. Ah yes, the M808 main battle tank, better known as the Scorpion. This 66-ton war machine makes its presence known on the battlefield, and like the Banshee, it wasn't until the assault on the control room, which is the best Halo level ever, when we finally got to man the helm of this behemoth. And as you can see from the E3 trailer, the Scorpion is making its return, which we are all very excited about. I look forward to seeing this vehicle in Halo Infinite come November. The Pelican, it's coming. It's been in every Halo game so far, and we've already seen gameplay of it. The 2020 campaign demo did a really cool single shot from Chief and Brohammer talking to Chief walking out of the Pelican and stepping onto Zeta Halo. The Pelican's in the game. We've seen it in the game. Here's some more shots from E3 of the Pelican dropping a Banshee, saying that it's ordnance. So this shouldn't come as a surprise to anyone. The Pelican will be in-game in more ways than not come November. Now, moving on to another UNSC flying transportation vehicle that was mentioned in that same Pelican scene is the Condor.
I know I saw Condors over there.
Now, if you haven't played Halo Wars 2, you probably aren't as familiar with the Condor. But the Condor is essentially a beefier Pelican with a slip space drive.
I'm going to dig through them and find one with the working sleep space drive.
They look really cool, and it'd be really awesome if we could fly one. Although for years we begged to fly the Pelican, and then there was that mission from Halo 4, and I mean, I guess we kind of flew it. It wasn't my favorite mission. The Condor has already been seen in game, so technically it is in the game by mention, but whether or not we see it or ride it or fly it will remain to be seen until November. The vehicle that sparked the inspiration for this video was the Brute Chopper. The Chopper has been absent from the main Halo games for 13 years, making its last appearance in Halo ODST. With that said, it was in Halo Wars 2, but after the E3 2021 multiplayer reveal channel, it was so good to see this Chopper painted in Banished Red. Looking forward to having this vehicle in Halo Infinite. Like the Chopper, the Prowler has been absent from the mainline Halo games for over 14 years. The Prowler is essentially the Warthog and Spectre equivalent for the Brutes. It's only made one in-game appearance, so the likelihood of it returning to Halo Infinite is small, but this is a game about fighting the Brutes, a la the Banished.
There won't be a home if we don't stop the Banished.
So I'm not going to write this one off quite yet. The Falcon is a really cool helicopter from Halo Reach, but it's only been seen in that one game. Though according to Halopedia, the Falcon is still actively being used by the UNSC's army. However, since the Master Chief is part of the Navy, I doubt the Falcon will be in Halo Infinite. It might come later on down the line, since allegedly Halo Infinite is going to be a 10-year game, but I highly doubt that it's in-game at launch. So the Hornet is an interesting one. The Hornet has been in every Halo game from a lore timeline perspective since Halo ODST, making appearances in Halo 3, Halo 4, Halo 5, and Halo Wars 2. But it was also in the original Halo Wars, which throws off my lore timeline theory. It was retconned into Halo ODST with a Master Chief Collection, and then it was added to Halo 2 during the Anniversary game, making it literally in every Halo game except for Reach and CE. However, it can't be played in Halo 4, only making an appearance in that game, and it only is verbally mentioned in Halo 5. Now, originally, I thought this was a broke-down Hornet from the box art of Halo Infinite, but as we saw from the 2020 E3 multiplayer reveal, this is, in fact, the Wasp, and it will be hijackable. So I doubt the Hornet's going to be in the game. Maybe it is in 10 years or down the line within that 10-year span, but definitely not at launch with the Wasp being in the game. Speaking of the Wasp is definitely in game. We saw it kick off a lot of the multiplayer reveal. It was blown up quite often, and it explains why it was kind of crashed in the box art of Halo Infinite. But this is also a vehicle that a lot of people probably aren't familiar with, especially if you stop playing Halo 5 shortly after launch or after you beat the campaign, because the Wasp was added as downloadable content later on in the Halo 5 lifecycle. Really cool vehicle, kind of a VTOL, kind of a mix between the Hornet and the Banshee, and I'm really, really looking forward to playing with the Wasp come November. Now the Spectre. I'd expect to see the Prowler in game before the Spectre. The Prowler is essentially the brute version of the Warthog, whereas the Spectre is the elite version of the Warthog. I'm oversimplifying it, sure, but that's what each one is designed to be similar to. Now, I could be wrong, but my bet is no, the Spectre doesn't make it into Halo Infinite. But what do you think? Let me know in the comment section down below. Remember the first time we saw the Scarab crawling around New Mombasa? That was a wild ride. The Scarab has been in every Bungie Halo game except for CE. Its presence was greatly missed in Halo 4 and 5, and as of now, there's no real reason to think the Scarab will be returning in Infinite. However, it was in Halo Wars 1 and 2. Now, Halo Wars 2 was released after Halo 5, so there is hope for you Scarab fans yet. With that said, I'm going to speculate that it won't be in the initial release of Halo Infinite, but rather coming later on down the line through the highly anticipated downloadable content 10-year plan. The Spirit was the first Covenant vehicle that we were introduced to. Sure, there were the drop ships that were integrated into the Autumn, but we didn't see how they moved across space or how they dropped troops into battle. Then there was Halo, the second mission of CE. Between Cortana letting us know that they were dropping in a search party to the latter part of the mission where you were holding off wave after wave of troops that were brought into the battle by these flying tuning forks. Now, I get it. The Spirit evoked more of the alien theme of the Covenant, but from a logistical standpoint, it's not designed optimally for combat. You can easily snipe half the enemies between the doors opening and the Spirit hitting the ground. So the Covenant had to innovate. The Spirit was upgraded in Halo 2 a la the Phantom, and it wasn't until Halo Reach that we saw the return of this Covenant classic. And we saw it again in Halo 5 on the Sangheili homeworld. Now, I'm not holding my breath to see this beauty in Halo Infinite, especially since we've already seen its replacement in the game, but the fact that the Spirit was in Halo 5 and Halo Wars 2 against the Banished, there's a glimmer of hope for this flying tuning fork. The Phantom is the updated version of the Covenant Spirit from Halo CE. One of the most criticized parts of the infamous July 2020 campaign reveal was the appearance of the Phantom being on rails as it was flying over the Chief. We know the Phantom is in Halo Infinite, and they look cooler than ever with a Banished paint job, which I'm sure will even look better with the extra year of work 343 is putting into Halo Infinite. Just like the Spectre, the Revenant is a one-and-done Halo vehicle, having only been seen in Halo Reach. Since the main, and I'm saying main, antagonist is Atriox Banished, The Revenant is a Covenant and more specifically Elite vehicle. So I really don't expect to see the Revenant in Halo Infinite. So we don't even know if the Prometheans will be on Zeta Halo. I have absolutely no idea if the Phaeton will be in Halo Infinite or not, but it's the only Promethean vehicle we have so far, so I figured I'd mention it to briefly talk about the Fallen Forerunners. With that said, Escharum did say the Harbinger, which means Forerunners, in the July 2020 campaign demo, so maybe it is in the game, maybe it's not. Maybe we'll even see more Promethean vehicles. Only time will tell come November. Next up is the Mantis, which is the mech vehicle from Halo 4 and Halo 5. Really excited about the return of the Mantis, which I think it's going to come because it's been in every 343 game, including Halo Wars 2, so I imagine the Mantis will be returning in Halo Infinite. I just hope we'll be able to explore a massive open world with it instead of just down a linear path. Only time will tell. Next up is the Razorback, which looks insane. It's like a beefier version of the Warthog minus the turret. We can see you can fit up to 4 people, 2 in the front, 2 in the back, with a bunch of equipment or even fuel cells. You can put them underneath the front of the vehicle in the tusks. I think it's going to be a really cool utilitarian vehicle for the campaign and picking up Marines or fellow Spartans if they're in the game, but certainly for multiplayer. Specifically the capture the flag variants, or teaming up with your squad and mobbing the gorgeous multiplayer maps that we saw from the E3 2021. But I'm curious, what vehicles do you hope are going to be in Halo Infinite? I know we didn't talk about one-off vehicles like the Elephant or the Mammoth, but let me know which ones you hope are going to make a comeback in the comment section below. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed my latest Halo Theory video about the vehicles of Halo Infinite. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, as that really helps get this video in front of more Halo fans. My name's Pathfinder, and we'll see you in the next video. And until then,
I hope you're ready. Please don't die.